Okay, kids, here is something I'm doing that uh, I may not even be qualified to do. So hopefully you are very conversant with English, because we'll use lots of technical words while learning about weather and climate. I'm a teacher, but I teach older kids, college, university, and teaching children is something that school teachers are very good at, and I'm just trying to see if I can give you a series of podcasts on weather and climate. So I will do these podcasts, sorry about that, as 10 to 15 minute videos, and I produce these videos in my apartment. I live in Mumbai, which is very hot. Now it's May, it's also very humid, and I try not to use the air conditioner, and I hardly use it throughout the year, which means I leave the windows open and I run some fans, and sometimes you get noise. So I do my best to have the sound all controlled, tested, and so on. With that in mind, you can always message me to say the sound quality was not good, or something I said is not clear, and so on. So I will start with how actually Earth has, how and why Earth actually has weather and climate. So we are using two words, weather and climate. Maybe you're already aware what that means. Maybe you've been taught in the classroom, or you heard from your parents, siblings, friends, whatever, teachers, of course. So weather is something that happens every day, right? So today, as I said, it's May 16th, and it's not raining. It's a bit cloudy, partly sunny, because monsoon is arriving. But within the day, now it's around 10:15 a.m. here in Mumbai, and by the afternoon the clouds may disappear, and it may get more sunny, and of course it will get hotter, because as the sun comes up from the morning, we get more and more energy from the sun that heats everything, right? The water on Earth, the oceans, the land, and so on and so forth. So we'll learn these details. So weather is something that happens every day, and it can change within a day several times, and we'll try to understand why that is. What is climate? So the best way to think about climate is this one. Okay, I will show you that maybe you already know what climate is, but you just didn't think about it. When I say it's May 16th in Mumbai, it's hot and humid. If I ask you, there's a big truck going by. If, as I said, the windows are open and sound comes in, you may hear some birds as well. So if I ask you, what will be the weather like in December in Mumbai? Okay, you may not live in Mumbai, but you know that Mumbai is in India, in the tropics. Tropics are hot compared to high latitudes. So you may say that December can be expected to be cooler than May. And you would be right, because in the northern hemisphere, December is a winter month, and in the tropics, the winter and summer are not very different like at high latitudes, but still we have some cooling during December, because sun has gone south of the equator into the southern hemisphere, right? So why did you say December is cooler, if you already thought of it when I said what do you expect the weather of December to be like? Probably because you already know that winter is cooler. That is climate. You expect that December is cooler because there are seasons. You expect that noon may be warmer than 10 a.m. because sun is coming up, and there is a diurnal cycle, which means during the day sun comes up, temperatures warm up, sun goes down, sunset happens, and then temperatures to begin cool, and so on. So you thought about the seasonal cycle and the diurnal cycle, right? So now if I ask you, what do you expect the weather to be on December 16th compared to May 16th? that's not so easy, even though you still may expect that December 16th will still be cooler than May 16th. But today is sunny, maybe rain will come and it will cool down. So that's weather, right? And on December 16th there will be no rain, very unlikely to have rain in Mumbai. So maybe sun is out and it will be hot. Maybe it's not as humid, but it can be hotter than May 16th on December 16th. Okay, so what you expected December to be like compared to May is climate. That's what you expect, right? And on a particular day, what actually happens is what is called weather. So climate is what we expect and weather is what happens, right? So you know from your experience that weather can change many times during the day. So even though sun goes up and sun comes up and sun sets, within the day many changes can happen because we are moving energy around. So now I use the word energy. So we will see that energy is needed to produce weather and climate. So we already mentioned the kind of climate. We said weather, day-to-day time scale, seasons, longer time scale, 3 months, and you can begin to see that maybe seasons are not the same every year, so climate can change year to year as well. And as you grow up, you may see that climate has been changing as well. So these are the basic ideas of how we think about weather and climate. To understand why we need energy, let's first understand where the energy actually comes from. You already know it because sun is giving us the energy. As we said, sun comes up, sun sets, right? So that energy, why does it create weather? Why does it create winds? We said temperature changes because of seasons, because of diurnal cycle, but why are there winds? So these are the things we have to understand. So to do that, let's first understand a little bit about our solar system and where the Earth sits in the solar system, because as it turns out, and maybe again you have already heard this, how the sun's rotation around the sun happens produces seasons, of course, but it can also produce very long time scale changes in climate. You may have heard of dinosaurs in the past, ice ages in the past. You may have heard that we are now mainly an agricultural, industrial, technological species of humans, but before there were other species that were not doing so much agriculture because climate was different, we were different. So climate has changed over time, and that relates to how Earth's orbit, its tilt. You probably heard that Earth is tilted to the plane of the orbit around the sun, and it wobbles, and the shape of the orbit itself changes. So we don't need these kind of details, but I'm just giving you a sense that Earth has been around for a long time. Solar system formed 4.6 billion years ago, which is a long time ago. Over that time, many things have happened. To understand all that, we have to understand the solar system as a whole. So that's what we will do when we come back next. So this is just an introduction. This is just something I'm doing without any PowerPoint slides. I'm just talking into the camera, and hopefully it's a good beginning, but you can begin to criticize me because, as I said, I'm not a school teacher, so I may not know exactly how to teach children. So your teachers may be better at it, and if you like some teacher and they have a style, you can always message me and say, and what do you call me? Well, my name is Raghu, as you've seen in my channel or somewhere in the Academy's website, YouTube. Some people call me Guddu. Some people call me Guddu Uncle. You can call me Guddu Uncle or whatever. Okay, so you can just message me with whatever you feel comfortable with. Okay, so let's stop here and come back and look at few slides to explain what we are talking about. See you in the next podcast.